Good evening. Developing now, the bridge is now open in Brownsville after being closed for 15 hours.
A shutdown due to a migrant protest on the Mexican side of the bridge. Channel 5's Valerie Gonzalez live with more for Brownsville and how it all happened.
If you listen closely to your TV right now, you can hear the sounds of a typical busy day here at a port of entry. You can hear cars passing. You'll see people walking, bags rustling, but just shortly after midnight, everything fell still and silent here. We've been here since about 9 a.m. and we went to Matamoros to investigate the source of the shutdown. CBP estimates that up to 300 migrants were part of this protest, not only here at Gateway, but also at B&M International Bridge. They left from B&M around 3:30 a.m., but remained at Gateway. By the time we arrived in the afternoon, the group had dwindled down to maybe 100 people, including children. Migrants are protesting the conditions they are experiencing, and they wait either for their immigration court hearings under the Migrant Protection Protocol, or to ask for asylum, like a father who was holding his daughter and hoping authorities would take note of their struggles.
We can't be here like this. The kids can't keep starving. Look at my little girl. She has a rash and you can see some discharge. It's because we have to shower in the river. I also have a rash, but we have to bathe because the heat is intolerable. If we use the public restrooms, we have to pay.
CBP officers did not report any attempts to rush the border or any violence on their side of the bridge. The migrant man we spoke to said Mexican authorities allowed them to pass. We even saw members of the Mexican Marines on the bridge a bit more casually keeping an eye on things. We're told this was organized and it was meant to be a peaceful protest.
We don't have any weapons or anything of that style. We did this peacefully. From the beginning, when we were organized, this we agreed would be done peacefully. And if someone got rowdy, we were going to grab them and turn them over to the law enforcement.
We didn't see any chaos until two Mexican men went on the bridge and began antagonizing the migrants, even making veiled threats against them. But the migrants who remained at the bridge by the end of the protest were not really part of it. They were there waiting to cross for their scheduled court hearings and the temporary courtrooms set up here at the bridge. Frustration was also felt on this side of the border by many who came here expecting to cross and were rerouted to B&M Bridge. It's a long walk, especially if you come as a pedestrian with no one to give you a ride over there. It's been a hot day, but this was not just a typical closure. We've seen these closures before in McAllen and even here, but those were shorter. This is much more of a historic closure. Tonight at 10, Taylor Winkle is going to tell us about the fiscal ramifications of a closure that lasted for nearly 15 hours. Live in Brownsville, Valerie Gonzalez, Channel 5 News at 6.